Well, hello, hello, beautiful divine beings. Happy day, happy day. Today I'm coming on here to ask you, are you feeling overwhelmed? Do you feel overwhelmed, exhausted? Do you just feel like you're stuck in this just emotional roller coaster? Because if you are, today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to regulate your nervous system to be able to really create a space in your mind where you feel confident that you're allowing yourself to feel and not avoid feelings. So today I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about how to discover how to calm your nervous system, because calming your nervous system amplifies your energy, it deepens your presence, and just it increases your attraction. So before I go any further, if you're watching live, let me know. Let me know. I hope you're doing good today, like I mentioned before. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. I am I'm really like, I chose the color orange today because it gives me that sense of calmness. So which I feel like I've really been needing. It's so funny that we're going to be talking about chaos because I definitely feel like that is what I've been experiencing today around me, with the energies around me. And it's just been so interesting that today this is a topic that we're going to be talking about. So, aside from that, I'm also going to be talking about how to regulate yourself without numbing yourself, and how to shift from feeling chaotic to calm. And I'm going to share some tools that actually like truly work, because your magnetism, it all starts from within yourself. So, calming your nervous system. I before I even learned about calming my nervous system, I had no idea I would numb myself just like everybody. Like I feel like just like everybody else. I would smoke, I would drink, I would use food, especially food, as a numbing agent. I would when my marriage was very dysfunctional, I remember using food as a form of manipulation. We would get in arguments, and then I would want something to eat, and instead of us talking about it, we would fill ourselves up with food and call it a day. And so that is just something that I've been able to witness after, throughout the years of not doing that. But because I had no idea that I was looking to feel an emotional fill, like I wanted to feel heard, I wanted to feel seen, I wanted to be felt appreciated, but I had no idea how to even like verbalize, put into words how I felt and how I wanted to feel, or what I needed from, or what I wanted from my relationship. It was just give me food. It doesn't even matter. Like give me food. And it actually stems from childhood, because even when I was a child, food having finishing my food finished like this was it's so interesting how when we take the time to witness our patterns and understand why we are the way we are, eat the way we eat, or respond in our relationships with food, or with anything that numbs us, because emotional avoidance is a real thing, guys. Like it's so common, and it's been normalized, that there's energy drinks, right? There's so many things out there that just hype you up. That's it. Let's go. Let's go. And so, calming your nervous system is just one of the most powerful ways for you to become more magnetic, more energized, and just grounded in your feminine essence. So, feminine essence, that's a new word for you. Go to my last live. I was talking about masculine and feminine energetics, specifically in business, but overall it plays on throughout your whole life, all the aspects of your life, your personal, your relationships, your career, your community. But here I'm going to share with you guys what happens when you choose to regulate your nervous system. The first one is it amplifies, like I said, it amplifies your energy. Your body is no longer in that fight flight mode. This actually frees up vital life force energy that we all emulate, that that was actually being used to manage your stress and your fears and just hypervigilance. Are you like having these conversations throughout your mind, like in your mind throughout the day, that have nothing to do with what's presently in front of you, but you're so hyper focused in it that it affects your energy? So that energy, with that energy, regulating yourself, you're able to create freely, you flow freely, which makes you feel more vibrant, creative, and just alive, which at the end of it, others can feel, others can sense, and this energy, it draws people to you. So regulation unlocks your radiance, and you're just no longer in a sense of like survival mode. It also deepens your presence. So a calm nervous system anchors you to the present moment, and it's usually through, for me personally, it's through breath work. You're no longer getting caught up in the mental loops or the emotional reactivity or the anxiety about the future. This presence is so powerful that it allows you to just truly see and hear and feel others. Hey, Christina. And it helps you deepen your connection with yourself. So presence is just rare and magnetic, and it's amazing in a world that is surrounded by things that are distracting us. So presence is where intimacy, influence, and impact are born. So when you regulate your nervous system, you increase your attraction, because you're increasing every emotion that we have carries a certain frequency. And so when we're really intentional about how we're feeling and allowing ourselves to feel and calming ourselves and regulating ourselves, this energy becomes a safe ground, and it feels like you're grounded. It feels what it is, embodiment, which then creates just a deep sense of trust. And this type of attraction is not about appearance like whatsoever. It's about energetic resonance. Like, regulated women feel confident, they're self-honoring, and just emotionally steady. And that inner peace is just deeply attractive to partners and to clients and to opportunities, because attraction is a frequency. And regulating your nervous system tunes you into your highest, your grandest signal that is within you. And so regulating your nervous system moves you from being in a space of overwhelmment to overflow, and from surviving to shining. And it's not about disconnecting from emotions. It's about learning how to move through them with grace, so that you can become the most powerful magnetic version of yourself. And so I want to talk about regulating yourself without numbing, and what that means, and how it to feel your emotions without being hijacked by them is from allowance. Oh, I'm getting a message here. Okay. So regulating without numbing means you're learning how to feel your emotions without being hijacked by them. Rather than avoiding, suppressing, or bypassing them, it's about staying present with your nervous system and your emotions in a way that brings healing, not shut down. And so how to regulate without numbing yourself is by allowing yourself to feel and not flee. Numbing either looks like scrolling, right? If you catch yourself just scrolling all day, or for a long amount of hours, that's not considered numbing. Overeating, like I mentioned, overworking, binge watching, or just spiritual bypassing, good vibes only. I'm not tolerating, well, I'm not tolerating the negative. I'm all about peace and love, so I'm gonna block it out. That's that's a form of numbing. And regulating looks like you're pausing to feel what's coming up for you. You're putting a name on the emotion and you're letting it move through your body, right? So if you find yourself saying, I feel anxious or I feel like I'm having an anxiety attack, let that become, I notice tightness in my chest. Like actually locate the emotion. But I notice tightness in my chest. I feel safe to feel this. Telling yourself that it's safe for you to feel angry or sad or frustrated or whatever it is that you're feeling without being in a state of judgment allows yourself that emotion to move through you. Another one is grounding tools, not escaping. So choosing tools that actually support you being in the present is the best thing you can do to avoid avoidance. Breath work is one of them, simply because it allows you to slow down. It's slow, rhythmic breathing brings you into the present moment. Somatic movement, so shaking out the energy, dancing, walking, that all helps. If you're into and I'm not going into the cold plunges, but cold water splash, or just even grounding, like actually touching the ground, helps you. And then actually bringing yourself to your senses helps you ground to the present moment. So asking yourself, what do I feel? What do I see? What am I hearing? Like getting yourself to become aware of what is presently happening helps you feel. And of course, expressing without suppressing, giving your emotions a safe outlet. So if you find yourself having a hard time expressing yourself, journal without judgment. Journal raw thoughts without filtering it. Just nobody's gonna look at it, nobody's gonna see it, nobody's gonna read it. Even doing some voice notes to yourself, talking it out. I know I've done that sometimes. Like, I can have a full-blown conversation with somebody, but if you tell me to sit there and type out everything that I did, I'm like, what? But voice notes help so much. Vocal toning or gentle sound release, like humming, or there's saying sat nam. There's so many mantras I actually really love, but saying sat nam is opening yourself up, saying I'm one with the universe, and that one is just so powerful. So humming is huge. And then of course, if you feel called and drawn to art in finding like something that you can create with your hands, helps you regulate that emotion, helps you move that emotion. So expression is regulation and suppressing is numbing. And of course, you want to stay curious without being judgmental. So instead of asking yourself, why am I like this? You can ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Where do I feel this in my body? Like locate it. And what does this part of me need to feel right now? So just this turns emotional overwhelmment into self-connection and not shutdown. And the last one is balance, stillness, and activation. So sometimes we need to slow down, either with breath work or with meditation. And other times we need to move. We need to move our energy, right? We need to move the energy out, either through movement, through expression, through dancing. But numbing often happens when we pick up the wrong tool for what our body actually needs. So tuning in and asking yourself, do I need stillness or do I need movement right now? Are amazing. It's an amazing question that you can ask yourself to really tune into yourself and ask yourself to reconnect with yourself and ask yourself where you're at. Regulating without numbing is really just you meeting yourself with presence and compassion. It's not about silencing the noise, but learning how to listen and respond to yourself with love. And that's truly the foundation of emotional mastery and true magnetism. And so, lastly, I just want to share how you can shift from chaos to calm using a couple of tools that actually truly work. So, how do you know that you're in the chaos? If you don't know, let me know if you fall under one of these. But your thoughts are all over the place. You're feeling scattered, or your breath is shallow, and you're just holding it. Like, do you ever find yourself feeling overwhelmed and you just hold your breath? Like, you hold it like it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. Just like you holding your breath, it's gonna stop you from breathing for a bit. It's gonna stop. Or if you find yourself being reactive or overwhelming or emotionally flooded, if you're like talking to your kids or your kids are talking to you and you're like out of nowhere just burst out like stop, and it's just like, what's going on and what's happening, and it's like there's so much going on in my mind that I can't properly respond to you because I'm reacting because of the emotions that are feeling. If that's chaotic to you, I'm telling you, I've been in the chaos. I started my right before coming on here was a little chaotic in the house. So I'm telling you, allowing yourself to feel is just so powerful. But if you're feeling disconnected from your body, from your intuition, if you are ignoring those gut feelings, you're ignoring yourself, and you're not doing the things that you know that you need to be doing for yourself, and nobody can make you do it. You're like the only person that will be able to do these things for yourself. That's you being disconnected from your intuition. And so you may feel like it's a default to just go into numbingness and scrolling or snapping or just shutting down. So like I said, the key is not about suppressing the chaos. It's about co-regulation with yourself and just returning your body back to safety. And so just wanted to share some tools that you can use to calm your nervous system. And the first one is just nervous system awareness. Start with just noticing what's happening inside of you. Ask yourself, am I in the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn space? Awareness is the first step to reparenting and repatterning your response. So if you are in the fight flight mode, it's okay. It's okay for you to say, I'm in the fight mode. Okay, I can soften up. Okay, I can breathe and I can release the grip. You can also, like I said, you can anchor your breath. Your breath is like your remote control for your nervous system. So you can try it's called box breathing, where you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and you just keep doing that. And if you try longer exhales, you can inhale for 4 and exhale for 8, and then tell yourself, we're safe now. Sometimes that's what our body really just needs. It just needs to know that it's safe for us to feel the emotions that are happening up here, right? They're happening within us, but because there was some time ago that we experienced this emotion and we weren't able to feel it, so our body kept the emotion in. And so now years have passed and you're like emotionally, it's happening up here, and in your mind, your body's like, I can't feel this because I wasn't allowed to feel it then, so why am I going to feel it now? And so now that you have this awareness, you can ground yourself and tell yourself it's safe to heal. So just, that's one of them. And another one is, like I said, body-based grounding yourself. So somatic tools, by placing your hand in your heart and one on your belly, help you ground yourself, because you're connecting to your heart and you're connecting to your stomach, where it's connected to your vagus nerve, right, which is your gut health, which we're going to talk about gut health very soon, guys, because it is connected to everything. But placing your hand on your heart, placing your hand on your stomach, this, and just taking deep breaths in, like I said, breathe in 4 times, or count 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Just allows you to get into this space. Like I said, shaking your arms and your legs, literally shaking off the energy. If you ever walked off, and it's so funny because I've had this conversation with my mom, where it's like you pick up a bad vibe from somebody, or somebody like threw salt at you, or over there throwing shade at you, and she's like, oh, like, get that off of me. And it's like, yes, actually, like, take it off of you. Take off the energy. You got shade up in here? Throw it off. Like it is so powerful to be able to do that. But even if you catch yourself in where you're feeling a lot of hurt and pain, and it's like you've got heavy trauma that you're dealing with, just swaying your hips or holding yourself and just rocking yourself back and forth helps. Stretching slowly, just laying on the ground in corpse pose also helps you in so many ways. I don't know how many times I've caught myself on just laying on the floor like, yep, this is it right here. And of course, walking barefoot outside, earthing and grounding yourself in the earth. Guys, there's scientific research on it. You got to go do your due diligence, go look it up yourself. But grounding is so powerful to us spiritual beings walking inside of these human bodies. And it just nurtures. You allow it. Like you walking outside barefoot, you're allowing the earth to do its thing for you. So when you feel your body, you return to the now. You express, like I said, you express without suppressing yourself. So if you allow yourself to just brain dump in a journal, you allow this emotional release. Sometimes we need to allow ourselves to write it out and burn it. Like literally, like write it out, burn it, rip it into tiny little pieces of paper, throw it away. Whatever you need to do, but let yourself feel the emotions. Take out the pain. Whether you're having a hard time forgiving somebody, or you're feeling this heavy pain that you just feel like you can't talk to anybody about because it's within you, or it's tied to feeling shameful or guilt or remorse or resentment towards somebody, and it's just too heavy for you to express to somebody. Write it down. So even like screaming into a pillow, crying it out helps. Dancing to release that stuck emotion. Whatever you got to do to release it, do it. And rewrite, like I said, just rewrite your thoughts, reprogram yourself, reparent yourself by telling yourself that it's safe to slow down. I know us Mexicans, us women, really gotta hurry up. Vámonos, rápido, rápido. Like, what's the rush? We're always in a rush. So to slow down, to tell ourselves to slow down is so powerful. Here we go. Close. Okay, so your mind follows your body. So go ahead, Klaus. So using affirmations helps land the emotions even deeper, and it helps you stay regulated. And you want to have these daily rituals that you can practice every single day so that it can become normal for your body to feel calm, cool, and collective. So morning breath works, movements. You can even do nervous system resets. I love emotional freedom technique, which is tapping. There we have tapping. There's so many things, and gratitude journaling I love also. But we have pressure points here, right? We have different points on our body that when you tap in and you tell yourself, I'm safe to feel, I'm okay to experience what I'm feeling. There's no judgment. It feels simple, guys. It feels simple because there's words, but there's so much power when you're intentionally putting these words into yourself, into your subconscious mind, to let yourself experience it and to experience more, really, because that's the whole point, is when you have an emotion that is like clogged up in there, you can't really receive because your container is full of all these experiences and all these trapped emotions and all these feelings that are considered overwhelming. So when you're like trying to work on growing a business, it feels like you can't because there's already stuff that is within you. So intentionally allowing yourself to feel allows you to open up space for just the goodness to pour in. So you don't have to live your life in survival mode. You can shift from chaos to feeling calm, and not by force, but just simply through gentle embodiment of presence. Being calm isn't about just the absence of the emotion, it's about safety, and safety in feeling, allowing yourself to feel without losing yourself. So that's what I have for you guys today. If this live resonated with you, if you're ready to regulate, reconnect, and rise into just the most magnetic version of yourself, just know that you do not have to do this journey alone. You do not have to walk alone. Inside my world, you will find powerful tools, nurturing support, and a sisterhood of women that are just walking the same path of feminine embodiment, emotional mastery, and aligned leadership. And if you're feeling the nudge to just go deeper and to heal fully and to rise fully, expressing yourself, I invite you to join me in our beautiful community. It is such, it's my heart, and that my heart goes into that community. So whether you're in my coaching or in my group spaces or in one of my transformative programs, this is your safe space to become everything you already are. And so drop me some stars, some emojis, something in the comments, or just you can DM me Magnetic, and I'll personally share with you the next step that feels aligned for you. Your calm, your confidence, and your power, it all begins here. So with lots of love and gratitude, guys, Susan, take care.